My name is Greg Jones. I'm the Vice President of Strategy and Offer Management for the Cloud and Service Provider segment with Schneider Electric. And for us, the cloud and service providers are the large internet giants, so the big cloud players, co-location, and telco. And my responsibility is really working to take the needs of those customers, bring that information back into Schneider Electric, and make sure that we're getting ahead of the trends and building the resources necessary to serve those customers. So software-defined data centers are definitely continue to be a trend. As we talked about, there has been huge, just explosive growth in the market from a cloud perspective. And obviously, the continue to build from on-premise as well as colo makes more of a hybrid environment. And so managing all of that diverse infrastructure requires a new way of thinking about how we manage data centers. And so really leveraging software-defined data centers allows the industry to be flexible, to respond to the needs of customers, and allows to be scalable and flexible in deployments. Yeah, so the software-defined approach, one of the real challenges that we're continuing to see in the market is a challenge around people. So whether it's the explosive growth into new geographies, or let's face it, a lot of the folks who have worked in this data center industry for 25, 30 years are nearing retirement age, and so the ability to replace that talent and that experience requires an investment in software and in infrastructure, machine learning, artificial intelligence, all those sorts of things that are going to allow data centers to be run much more simply. So the industry has a responsibility to go cultivate that new talent, bring it on board, but also to make sure we're investing in the technology to enable them to operate more efficiently. Absolutely. So software-defined power is a continuing trend that we're seeing with the price coming down on lithium-ion batteries and those becoming much more cost-effective and being implemented into data centers. It really opens up some interesting opportunities around demand response and microgrid applications. In fact, here at the Data Center Dynamics show, met a customer, Blue Nap Americas from Curacao, who is in process of integrating some renewables, some photovoltaic into their data center design, and not as much in this case, interestingly, not so much around actually demand response, but around it's the lowest cost for them compared to Curacao is a little bit isolated. So the best way for them, the most cost-effective way for them was to do that generation on site, and they're integrating that into their design, or will be. So very interesting opportunities leveraging this software-defined power. So there certainly are some perceived risks around the implementation of software-defined power and utilizing that for new revenue opportunities such as demand response. But I draw a sort of corollary to maybe the way that co-location operators were thinking about technologies like lithium-ion 2 years ago, where they had a perception that their customers would be scared off, even though they knew that the technology was sound and would work. And so I think it could be similar on the demand response side, where this is a technology that's tried and true and opens up new revenue opportunities. And so I think it's something that we'll see more of as we move forward. So the data center, the topology of the data center is definitely continuing to change, with a much heavier reliance on software as opposed to just hardware. And so that certainly will require a new skill set in data center operators and managers as we move forward. Much more comfort with that level of software, but I think it also opens up an opportunity to recruit new talent into the industry. Maybe folks from a different background that before we felt weren't skilled enough to work inside the data center. Now, as we utilize technologies from a software perspective, machine learning, artificial intelligence, et cetera, is we have the opportunity to make the technology itself much more intelligent and open up a new pipeline of talent into the industry.